scientists. Welcome to a new special Halloween edition of Science Solvers. Today is going to be all about pumpkins and pumpkin science. First, you need a real live pumpkin. Let's take a listen. Oh yeah, this is definitely the real thing. Guts, seeds, and all. And we are going to dive in and make some pumpkin experiments. We're going to make pumpkin slime. We're going to create a pumpkin volcano. Stay tuned for everything pumpkins and science for today's Science Solvers. To follow along and create your own pumpkin slime, you will need half a cup of water, which I have pre-measured and placed in this jar, a spoon to scrape out the inside of the pumpkin, which is called the pulp. You will need a real pumpkin and adult help carving into the pumpkin so that you can have access to all those wonderful pumpkin guts, the pulp and the seeds, and all the good stuff we're going to use to make our pumpkin slime. You will also need half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of contact lens solution, pumpkin spice just to add that wonderful seasonal smell, and orange food coloring, or any color you'd like. Since I actually am all out of orange, we're going to use red and yellow to make orange. And you will need 5 ounces of clear glue. Now we are ready to begin our experiment. Okay, scientists, to get started, I have all of my ingredients across the table here in the correct order of which to use: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, to the very end. So here we go. To get started, here's my large bowl, and first up, I'm going to add our clear glue. Now the clear glue, you need 5 ounces. So I have a 1 cup measuring cup, and we know that 1 cup equals 8 ounces of liquid. So I'm gonna estimate that I shouldn't fill it to the top. I'm gonna stop it a little over halfway full, and that should be my 5 measured ounces of clear glue. And we're gonna pour it into our bowl. I may take my spoon out of its spot and line and just scrape out the rest of my clear glue, since glue tends to be super sticky. There we go. And you'll notice on my table here, I have it all lined with newspaper. You want to definitely have an environment and a place to do your experiments where you can get messy without getting in trouble. So I'm going to close up our clear glue and place that ingredient aside, because now, next up is half a cup of water. I've pre-measured this. I'm going to pour it right on top of the clear glue. Next up, half a teaspoon of baking soda. I have gone ahead and pre-measured my baking soda, and I'm going to pour it in as well, tapping to make sure I get all of the powder into the bowl. Next up comes your color, pop of color. This portion is up to you. I'm going for a nice seasonal orange tone, and so I'm going to add a little bit of yellow, a lot of yellow. And then I'm going to try to add about the same amount of drops in red. And together, yellow and red should make us a nice, beautiful orange color. Okay, now next up, the stirring. Take a nice sturdy spoon, and you are going to stir your mixture of glue and baking soda and water and food coloring all together. Take a look at that. That color is really popping, and it is turning into a beautiful orange. Nice and bright and vibrant. Just makes you think of fall. After stirring a good while, the next ingredient is the super fun part I think we've all been waiting for, the pumpkin guts. So, here is my pumpkin. Pumpkins come in different shapes and even colors, actually. This pumpkin feels pretty round but bumpy. You'll notice that pumpkins have a stem. This stem is where the pumpkin was connected to a vine. And you'll need an adult's help and supervision cutting into your pumpkin so that you can reach the insides. And once you can, cut around the outside to where you can pull out the stem. What's nice is, just like a puzzle, the pumpkin stem can fit right back in just like that. Pretty cool, huh? So, we're gonna open up our pumpkin and look inside. We're gonna feel the outside and think how smooth and texture and feel it is. And then we're gonna stick our hand on the inside and feel around. Ew, gooey and spongy. And what do I have here? I have some seeds, a lot of seeds, and I have some pulp. Can you see that orange pulp all through the pumpkin? Pumpkins have pulp because they are a fruit. Now, part 2 of our experiment here, we're going to take our spoon, or you could use your hand, and you want to just grab some of the insides of your pumpkin, using my spoon here to help me scrape. We want to get some of the seeds to go in our slime. The seeds make for a wonderful texture for your slime recipe. Well, more seeds and more seeds. Let's see if I can get a few more in here. Use my hand and get some more seeds. And you may get a little bit of pulp in your recipe too. That's all right. It's up to you. We just don't want too much pulp in our slime recipe, mainly seeds. There we are. Lots of seeds in that bowl. Next up, we are going to add some pumpkin pie spice, right? I'm gonna stir again. Stir up my mixture with the seasoning. Using some of those 5 senses, her sense of smell there, to smell the pumpkin spice. And using our sense of touch to feel around the pumpkin and inside. Right now, like that puzzle we talked about, I'm gonna take my stem and place it back into my pumpkin. Last but not least, we are going to take some contact lens solution. We need 1 tablespoon and pour it into our bowl. Okay, now things are going to get really sticky. You'll want to stir your recipe, and you will notice that your slime is starting to stick together. We're gonna just keep stirring and be ultra patient as we stir our slime until it really starts to pull against the spoon and feel like slime. Once your slime is really starting to feel and look more like Jello than liquid, it's ready for us to knead with our hands. Look at that, wonderful consistency. And because of my newspapers, I can put my spoon right down on top. Here we go. Now you want to take your slime in your hands and really knead it. Kind of like you would bread dough or pizza dough. It's going to take a little time and patience to get it just the right consistency. Now, if your slime feels extra sticky, like mine does, you could always add a little more contact lens solution to firm it up a bit. So now I'm going to take a quick wash my hands break and be right back, and we're going to try adding a little bit more activator. Movie magic. I'm back with clean hands. Now, we're going to add a little bit more activator because my slime turned out extra sticky. And I wanted to be a little more consistent, like slime that comes off of your hands after you're kneading it and kneading it after an amount of time. Now, this contact lens solution is working as the activator, which is the ingredient in slime, which actually takes it from a liquid to the slime consistency that we are all so fond of. I am putting in a whole nother tablespoon. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow. Science is all about seeing what works and what doesn't, and modifying and making adjustments as needed. This was a very necessary adjustment. I have to say, I'm very happy with the results. Here we go. I'm going for it again. Take a look at this, scientist. Now my slime is nice and slimy, but look at that. It's coming completely clean off my hands. Look at all those wonderful pumpkin seeds embedded inside of the slime. And the smell. Yum, like pumpkin pie, but we are not going to eat our slime. It's just to play with. Now, all you need is an airtight container or a Ziploc bag to store your slime in, and you could place your slime in the refrigerator and keep it. Take it out to play with. Keep it for a few weeks and enjoy the season of fall. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Science Solvers. Join me next time when we create a pumpkin volcano. See you then.